Hi, I'm Dave Edwards. We didn't think we needed a smartphone until they became available. Now, if you're anything like me, you can't live without yours. David Allen, the author of Getting Things Done, GTD, muses on how technology is changing our lives and how some people are better at anticipating future needs.
I was thinking just how amazing this really is. I mean, you and I do these chats, every month or so, and you're on like one side of the globe, and I'm on the other side of the globe, and so we're thousands of miles away. We're 7 or 8 hours in time zone difference, and the technology is just so amazing that we can do this. And I think about how, like, 5, 10 years ago, we were worrying about our Palm Pilots, and now we've got phones that are more powerful than the first computer we have. We can do these video chats. Got to make you wonder, like, what's on the drawing board that somebody's working on right now that will be just just the norm in 10 years that we can't even imagine.
Dave, are you old enough to remember rotary phones where it took so long for the zero to get around?
Show
I
that
had
to a
one of the
show that to
longest.
a young
I
kid
had one
today,
of
and
the
they won't
longest
even know
phone
what to do
numbers.
with it.
I had one of the longest phone numbers to dial in Shreveport, Louisiana, because it was 8990. No, 899090. To dial the 8, the 9, the 0, the 9, the 0 took forever. I don't know if anybody listening or watching this even could even remember rotary phones, but anyway, yes. Well, here's an interesting point about that. It's the speed of the uptake of the technology, which I don't know that we know the formula of that other than trust or need. You know, come on. I was around and doing, professional work when teleconferencing showed up, and people had, were buying these things that sat on the conference room table for teleconferencing, and people had such resistance to even doing that. And like it took years for that to actually become sort of assumed technology that people would use because people weren't used to conferencing or meeting in distance. And so that was a new thing. And by the way, something as bizarrely simple as three-way dialing. Did you ever have three-way dialing?
Oh, sure, sure. It took me forever to figure out
Well,
how to
I
do
mean,
it.
and that was so cool. That was so cool. You were on the phone with somebody saying, wait a minute, let's get Bill on the phone about this because he could help us. And you just hit a little button and then you could dial Bill and then a Bill answered. He'd get into the call. Nobody ever used it. They didn't trust it.
It's
They thought if
witchcraft.
I hit that little button, it's going to disconnect me from Sarah, who I'm talking to. And so it was fascinating. It took almost never that anybody ever really, really did three-way dialing when they could have used it. It could have been exactly what we're doing right now, which is like, wow, you can, hey, let's get somebody on a chat,
Yeah,
and bring them in.
yeah.
But
Trust is
that was
trust
like
is
30
definitely
years ago.
trust is definitely a factor, but there's also, like, being on the front end of understanding need. Like, I think about my first Palm Pilot, which I really thought was like, the most ultimate thing I could ever possibly have. But somebody had
It
to
still
decide.
is, by the way. If I had another one, that's probably what I would use.
I actually still have my original Palm Pilot in a drawer. I mean, it doesn't
Oh my
work.
God. And antique it, or
Yeah,
sell it
yeah.
to a museum. Yeah,
But
it
somebody
will be
had to
worth something.
determine that there was a need for that. And I think that that's the thing that I always am most struck by, that people have to be on the forefront of understanding what the need of society will be in 5 years in order to advance the technology.
I don't know. I don't know what it's going to be other than, I don't know, smell or, uh, whatever they can add into whatever it is that we're doing. I think they're getting better and better. We're able to add into, you can share your screen, I can share my screen, we can do, all of that kind of stuff. So I think it's all just going to be probably small incremental changes that may improve it. But I don't know that I'm missing anything in communications right now that I don't have. Do you?
No, I don't think so. But I think that that's part of the mystery of all of this because, I didn't think that I absolutely needed to have everything on a phone until that became available. And then all of a sudden it was like, I can't live without this thing.
Yeah. Well, that was Steve Jobs' brilliance.
Yeah,
He
yeah,
said,
absolutely.
you guys don't need no don't know you need this, but let me show you what it is." And then you started to do it and go, "Oh my God, how did I live without it?" Right.
Exactly. Exactly.
David Allen is the author of Getting Things Done, also known as GTD. Hey, subscribe to this series and you won't miss any of our periodic conversations with David Allen. And by the way, I do publish a weekly newsletter on productivity, leadership management, issues related to GTD. It's all in my weekly newsletter, absolutely free. If you would like to get on the list of subscribers, I'd really love to have you on board. All you have to do is go to my website, daveedwardsmedia.com, click on contact, and I'll be sure to get you on the list. Until we can talk again, stay productive. I'm Dave Edwards.